Welcome to Madam English YouTube channel. In this video you will hear two conversations about asking for and giving opinion about living in the country or the city. Listen carefully to the conversations. After that, find the expression of asking for and giving opinions in the conversations. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe Madam English YouTube channel. Thank you. Conversation 1. I'm trying to decide between living in the city or the country. What's your opinion on both?
In my opinion, both living in the city and living in the country have their own unique set of pros and cons. Living in the city offers a lot of convenience. For example, an easy access to culture, entertainment, and job opportunities. However, it also has its downsides like noise pollution and a high cost of living. On the other hand, living in the country offers a peaceful and natural setting. But it also means that you might have to deal with isolation, limited access to service, and possibly a slower pace of life.
That's a great perspective, thank you. I've heard that the cost of living is usually lower in the country. Is that true?
Yes, that's often the case. You can usually find more affordable housing options, and property taxes are often lower in the rural areas. However, it's important to keep in mind that the cost of transportation and certain goods can be higher in the country because of the distance to urban centers.
That's something to consider. Do you have any specific advice for someone trying to decide between living in the city or the country?
I would recommend visiting the area you're considering a few times to get a sense of what it's like during different seasons and on different days of the week. And also talking to people who live there, like locals and longtime residents, to get their perspective. And also really think about your lifestyle and what is important for you. Like your job, your kids' education, or your access to health care, before making a decision.
That's great advice, thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Conversation 2.
I can't decide if I want to live in the city or the country. What are your thoughts?
It really depends on your personal preferences. Living in the city, you'll have access to a wide variety of amenities and job opportunities. But it can also be very busy and noisy. In the country, you'll have a more peaceful and natural setting, but you may have to deal with isolation and limited access to services.
That's true. I've also heard that the cost of living is usually cheaper in the country. What do you think about that?
It can be, but it also depends on the specific location. The cost of living can vary greatly between different areas. Some are more expensive than others. And also remember, if you are moving to a less densely populated area, you might have to travel more to access some goods and services, which can be an additional cost.
That's something to keep in mind. Thank you. Do you have any recommendations for me as I try to decide where to live?
Sure. I would recommend doing some research and visiting different areas to get a feel for what they are like. Make a list of the things that are most important to you, such as proximity to family and friends, job opportunities, or access to nature. Then, see which location aligns better with your priorities. And also consider how long you expect to live in the area. If it's short-term, you might have a different perspective than if you're thinking about a long-term move.
That's great advice. I'll definitely consider that. Thank you for your help.
My pleasure.